Don't even get me started, man. We're revolutionizing culture. We have to normalize the morning diet soda, okay? I would even normalize, and it pains me to do this, I would normalize a full sugar soda in the morning. There is literally no difference between this and an energy drink, except that this won't blow up your heart as fast, okay? I don't mind if you say it's not acceptable to drink a soda in the morning, but if you say it's not acceptable to drink a soda and you drink a Monster Energy drink, you're a hypocrite. That's like, you're basically being the kind of motherfucker who's like, yo, you can't have like cereal for dinner. You know, it's all just matter. If you drink coffee with anything added to it, you don't have the moral high ground to say that like at least a diet soda is not appropriate with your breakfast, okay? If you drink a black coffee exclusively, I'll give you that, okay? You have a slight ability to be a snob. But if you drink coffee and you put anything in it, you are drinking this, basically. A splash of oat milk, yeah, it's a soda now. It's a mixed drink, okay? But I know there's a lot of fuckers out there who are like, you can't have a soda for breakfast. Meanwhile, they got a 120-ounce Stanley sipper walking around all day with their eyes glazed over. 30% coffee, 70% half and half, 12 sugars in there. And then they're looking at me having a Coke Zero with like my morning tomatoes, asparagus, rice, and spinach. And they're like, soda for breakfast? You hate your body? We got a problem, man. We got to take this shit back down to its first principles, okay? This tweet was inspired by me being at a buffet every day for 10 days in a row. On the last day, finally, I saw someone else take a tomato from the tomato warmer, and I said, my people, we're so back. Also, I know that we should be playing because we have momentum. I'm still not convinced that Decaf isn't a PSYOP. I tweeted like, is Decaf a PSYOP? I've never seen anyone drinking it. I did have a lot of people reply, like, I have a heart condition. My doctor told me not to drink caffeine anymore. And I'm like, you would think that's like a gotcha. Like you have a medical problem and now I'm the asshole. No, just like, are you really fucking addicted to the taste of drip coffee? You're fucked, brother. Like there are situations when someone's getting shitty coffee out of like a big carafe at a quick service restaurant, I'm like, you and me both, brother. My head is gonna feel like I'm in outer space if I don't get it inside of my body in like 15 minutes. But if you're like, oh no, this is decaf. My doctor told me like I can't have caffeine anymore. And I'm like, well, drink something good, moron. You have like some juice or something like that. You've cast off the yolk. You've already gotten through the withdrawal process and you've broken the chains of caffeine. Why don't you just have like a Coke Zero with no caffeine? But there were people that were like, I like the taste of coffee, but I can't have so much caffeine at night. I was like, maybe you're getting some amazing decaf. I've had good coffee in my life, but it's like if someone said, hey, here's the thing, we're gonna like break your caffeine addiction, but the catch is you're never gonna be able to taste coffee ever again, I'd be like, bang! Sign me up, brother. There's no downside. It's like good thing, but also good thing would happen. Get a lot of -2. Listen, I'm not trying to say something Apollo-esque that's like coffee doesn't taste good. I'm simply saying it doesn't taste good enough to miss it. If it didn't have caffeine in it, I wouldn't be drinking it. If I went to the grocery store and they had Coke Zero, but only caffeineless Coke Zero, I would be like, yeah, it's fucking no problem. Load up the trunk. You know, it's no problem. I don't drink the Coke Zero for the caffeine. I drink the Coke Zero because it tastes like the greatest flavor invention that mankind has ever made. If they were like, you can't have 7-Eleven coffee anymore, I would just say, okay, fucking give me some Coke Zero. I had another thought that occurred to me while I was on vacation, okay? Look at what mankind has done in our existence on the earth. We went from smashing 2 rocks together just to see a spark. We put people on the moon. Why are we still eating food that tastes like food existed a million years ago. You know, I get that, the bananas are sweeter now because of artificial selection, and the strawberries are sweeter, and the beef is bigger because we use antibiotics and hormones and stuff like that. But shouldn't there be some motherfuckers in a lab with molecular chemistry cooking up flavors that we can't possibly conceive of? Why are we got these eggheads in lab coats that are like, boom, check it out. It's an extract that tastes just like a raspberry. Bro, are you kidding me? Get it, do some alchemy in the lab, come up with a new flavor. Don't come up with some shit that's like, check it out, it's an ester that tastes just like bananas. Fucking get creative. You got all the, you got the chiral forms and the molecular models and shit like that. Cook up something interesting, man. I don't want, artificial apple. Give me some jazz. Give me some shit where, like, when I eat it, I go, what the fuck is that? It tastes amazing. And they're like, we don't know. We just made it. We looked at how the molecules trigger the senses on your tongue and your taste buds and stuff like that, and we created a brand new flavor that God himself could not have conceived of. We're the Oppenheimers of molecular gastronomy. Instead of feeling this shit is always like, we made the chicken saltier. Come on, man, get creative.